Now, when you get home, I want you to remember to be mindful of the seasons. I've got a little topic now called the 4 major lessons in life to learn. I've done this some time in the past, but it's been a while. And for all of you who are brand new, I'd like to have you pick up on what I'm about to share with you right now. I think it's going to be valuable. It's going to be important. So jot this phrase down. Life and business are like the changing seasons. This is some of the most valuable information I got when I was a young man just starting out. Life and business are like the seasons. And then here's the next phrase. You cannot change the seasons. That's impossible. You can't rearrange the seasons. You cannot say, well, I'll take 5 harvest times, no winters, a few springs, and a summer or two. You can't rearrange them. The seasons are going to come however they come. And you cannot change that. So you cannot change the season. But make this note, you can change yourself. That was the message I got when I was 25 years old from someone who took the time to teach me you can change yourself. And by the way, only human beings have this extraordinary ability to make dramatic changes in their life. All other life forms, except human beings, are driven by instinct and the genetic code. In America, the goose can only fly south in the winter. And why does the goose have to fly south in the winter in America? Because he's a goose. He can't fly any other direction. But that's not true with human beings. Human beings can go north, south, east, or west. Human beings can live one way for 5 years and then tear up that script and live a totally different way the next 5 years. Humans can do that. I'm asking you to utilize your power as a human being and change your life to whatever degree you want it changed. If you want your income to change, I'm telling you it's within your power. With Herbalife marketing and these explosive, incredible products, you can do that any year you choose. You can make incredible changes in your life. You're not a tree, you don't have to stay. You're not a goose, you don't have to fly south. I'm telling you, anytime you want to, you can say, I'm going to change my attitude. I'm going to change my income. I'm going to change my abilities. I'm going to do more than I've ever done before. Take on that as your God-given right as a human being to change your life to whatever degree you want it to change. As I've watched Mark these last 17 years, I'm telling you, Mark was one of those that took up the challenge of being a human being to drastically change his life since he was about 20, from the last 20 years before he put together the Herbalife products. What a change. What a transformation. And if Mark can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. If the president's team members have done it, there isn't anybody here that can't do it. Dramatically change the course and the quality of your life. So, learn the value of the seasons now. You can't change them, but you can change yourself. Now, here are the 4 major lessons in life to learn. Number 1, learn how to handle the winters. It's a fact of life. The winters follow the fall, the harvest. And pray tell how often in 6,000 years of recorded history, winter comes after fall. Night comes after day. Difficulty follows opportunity. Recession always comes after expansion. It's been the rhythm of life for the last 6,000 years of recorded history. Now, there are all kinds of winters. There's the winter of the season, but there are all kinds of other winters. There are political winters. What a winter that was when the Nazis marched into Prague. What a winter it was when the communists put up the Iron Curtain. What a winter it was when Stalin finally took power in Russia. What a winter it was when Benito Mussolini took power in Italy. What a winter it was in Japan. What a winter it was in many parts of the world back during World War II. One of the longest winters, political winters, in recorded history. So, the winters are going to come. The winter of sickness, the winter of disappointment, the winter of devastation, social winters, economic winters, personal winters. When your heart is smashed into 1,000 pieces and the nights are unusually long, it's simply called wintertime. But the winters are inevitable. So it has been for the last 500 years of recorded history. You say, well, Mr. Owen, what can I do about the winters of life in World War II? We marched against the winter, and finally the spring came. We marched against the tyranny of communism, and finally the walls came tumbling down. We marched against the tyranny of the Nazis and finally liberated the world for democracy and freedom. And that's what I'm telling you. It's possible for you to conquer your winters. And some are small little winters. When you get your first refund, it's a little small winter. When you show up, someone said they put together the meeting, got everything ready to show the story, ready to do the meeting, and nobody showed up. It's called a little piece of wintertime. But anyway, that's going to come. The winter of a divorce, the winter of a death in the family, the winter of a tragedy. Some things we can't understand. But here's what we do know. It's possible for us to get through the winter. Here's what's exciting about the passing of time. It takes you through whatever you're experiencing at the moment. That's what time will do, take you through the winter. Now, how do you handle the winters? Make this little note. You can get better. You can get stronger. And you can get wiser. There's no winter that you can't overcome. There's no winter that you can't figure out how to survive. There's no winter powerful enough that you cannot, with the ingenuity of being a human being, especially with the Herbalife opportunity, figure out a way to get through it. Hang on. Make this note. Winters don't last forever. Yes, the tyranny of the Nazis lasted for about 5 years, but it was soon over. Yes, the tyranny of communism lasted for 75 years, but finally, that long winter passed. So, become wiser, become stronger, become better to handle the winters that are going to come in your life. And with the strength of the Herbalife family, with the strength of the training, with the strength of these incredible products, with self-esteem bursting out all over, with the skills you're going to develop, you're going to be able to handle whatever comes your way. I promise you that. Now here's the next season. It's called the season of spring. And make this note if you haven't made it in your head already. Make it in your notes. Spring always comes. Sometimes the winter seems long. The night seems like it'll never pass. But sure enough, eventually the night has to give way to the day. Winter has to give way to the spring. The difficult time has to give way to opportunity. The recession has to give way, finally, to the progression into the expansion. And I don't know what kind of winters you've been through, but I want you to know when the Herbalife story reached your ears, when the Herbalife marketing reached your consciousness, and when this opportunity was passed along to you, I know that for a lot of you, it was called springtime. Spring has arrived. The long night has passed, and opportunity is here. Spring always comes. Just hang in there when the night is long. Hang in there when it's dark. Hang in there when you can't figure it out, and your spring will surely come. Now here's what you must learn to do. Jot this note down. Take advantage of the spring. Just because spring comes There's no sign you're going to look good in the harvest. You must do something with it. You must seize that moment. It is true that the dark time doesn't last forever. But here's what you've got to also understand. Spring doesn't last forever. In space language, we call it a window of opportunity. When they get ready to blast off the rockets headed for the moon, there's a certain period of time. That's the time you've got to go. If you don't go, then you've got to wait for another whole cycle to turn. Springtime is here, called Herbalife for you. I'm asking you to take advantage of it. Tell the story. Pass out the literature. Make the calls. Conduct the meetings. See the people. Grab and seize this opportunity like you've never seized anything in your life before to make something remarkable of it. This Herbalife opportunity is called springtime. Take advantage. Don't be lazy, especially in the spring. Don't be distracted, especially in the spring. What if you asked the farmer to go bowling in the spring? He would think you were insane. The farmer would say, "You can go bowling in the winter. You can go bowling after the crop is in, but you certainly can't go bowling in the spring." And I want you to know, after this extravaganza, an extraordinary new spring is upon us. If there was ever a time when you get back home, this is the time to massively increase your numbers. Get up a little earlier. Stay up a little later. Pour it on. Take advantage of this spring that's here. Now here's my next point. You've got to take advantage of every spring that comes because there's only a handful. Life isn't forever. It finally comes to an end. One of the Beatles wrote, "All things must pass. The sunrise doesn't last all day. Spring doesn't last all summer. The sunset doesn't last all night. All things finally pass. But seize the spring. Take advantage of it. You only have a few. Life is fragile. Life is brief. Elton John sings, "She lived her life like a candle in the wind." It's fragile. It's brief. Whatever you're going to do with your life, you've got to get at it. Don't just let it pass away, especially for you, for Herbalife. This springtime has come. It's incredible. Take advantage. Now here's the third major lesson in life to learn. Learn how to nourish and protect your crops all summer. Sure enough, as soon as you planted your garden in the spring, the busy bugs and the noxious weeds are out to take it. And here's what you must do. Nourish your values like a mother. Nourish your values like a father. Feed them like a mother. Take care of them like a father. Protect them like a father. My goodness. I learned some things about fathers when I had my own kids. My father had a unique phrase. He said, "I'm your father." That's why. Why should I do that? Because I'm your father. Make sure you pick up those skills. Protect your family. Protect your future. Protect your values. Protect your organization like a father. Nourish and protect your organization like a mother. Take good care of it. Now, here's the next lesson to learn. Learn how to prevent the intruder from taking the good you've started. Here's two key phrases on the number one. All good will be attacked on this planet. Maybe not the next one we get to, but on this one, all good will be attacked. Every garden will be invaded. Not to think so is naive. And here's the second phrase. All values must be defended. Political values, social values, community values, family values, business values, friendship values. Every garden must be tended all summer. If you don't develop that skill, you'll never wind up with anything of value. Next, here's the fourth major lesson to learn. Learn how to reap in the fall without complaint. Take full responsibility for what happens to you. It's one of the highest forms of human maturity. Accepting full responsibility. It's the day you know you've passed from childhood to adulthood. The day you accept full responsibility. And another note, learn to reap in the fall without apology. Without apology if you've done well. Without complaint if you haven't. That's maturity. I used to have that long list of reasons why I wasn't doing well. To explain. You've got to explain. Right, otherwise you're going to look foolish. I used to blame the government. I blamed taxes. Look what you got left after they take everything. I blamed the prices. That's why I had no money. I'm too tall. I'm too short. I'm too old. I was raised in obscurity. Raised on a farm. Parents were modest people. All the stuff. If you were to ask me how come I find myself here, Mr. Owen, back down in those days, I had this list of reasons, and when you went through the whole list, you could conclude for yourself it's no wonder he isn't doing well. I used to blame the company policy, the training program. I blamed the equipment. I used to blame the weather. I blamed the traffic. I blamed the things outside. Then I found out my problem was inside. I used to be so naive. I used to say, I sure hope things will change. Here's what I found out: it isn't going to change. It's like winters following fall, the seasons following each other. I found out it isn't going to change. Here's what will change when you change. And when you change, everything will change for you. So here's the key to learn: if you will change, everything will change for you. If you get better, everything will get better for you. That's the way it works. And, of course, some things are fixed, like the season. But here's the thing: everything is subject to change if you will change. If you get better, everything will get better for you. If you grow, your money will grow. Your relationships will grow. Your business will grow. And the opportunity to grow is now. And the next phrase: remember, it's not what happens that determines the quality of your life. What happens to us all. The key is what you do about it. What you do about what happens is what changes everything. So here's one of the key questions of the evening. How will you take advantage of this springtime? This incredible opportunity that has come to you. One of the greatest illustrations of how to take advantage of the springtime is a good garden. You start with just a little seed, the tiniest little seed. And if you take care of it, tend it, and water it, it becomes a giant tree with many branches and a lot of fruit. Now, let me give you one last thing to consider in this 4 major lesson. Here it is. It's called the power of the harvest. In the fall, the power of the harvest is unparalleled. In due season, you will reap. But here's what you must do. You must plant in the spring, take care of it in the summer, and then you will be able to reap the harvest in the fall. And here's what you can get: a lot more than what you planted. That's why the harvest is powerful. One of the reasons the harvest is so exciting, it's because you get more than what you planted. If you plant some corn, you don't get back just one kernel. It multiplies. So the harvest is coming. Whether you go to the field or not, the harvest is coming. Be prepared for the harvest. Get ready for the harvest. Get excited about the harvest. And don't forget to bring in the harvest. Now, a couple of things I want you to think about during the harvest time. Here it is. Accept your personal harvest with full responsibility. There's no need to complain because it's your crop. If Herbalife does its best, providing the finest products and the finest marketing, and a support system second to none. I've never seen the likes of a support system like Herbalife, and all of that has been provided for you. I'm telling you, the rest is up to you. So, whatever your harvest is, you've got to say, that's my harvest. Don't complain. Take responsibility. Now, here's the next one. Don't apologize when you walk home with the rewards that you're going to be receiving here, especially those of you in the President's team, Chairman's Club, Millionaire Team, and Get Team. You who have been specially honored by having these seats of honor here at this extravaganza, I want you to go home prouder than you've ever been before. Here's what I want you to say when you get home. I deserve the honor. I got it, but I deserved it. They don't pass out diamonds for non-work. We don't pass out diamonds for those who are just related to us. We don't pass out these extraordinary rewards and give honor to those who don't do the job. Those who do the work get the pay, and those who do the work get the honors. And I'm proud of all of you here today. On more than one occasion, I've heard Mark say, I'm proud of what I do. He's around a lot of top executives now around the world, and some of them aren't that proud of how they earn their money. But every dollar that Mark earns, every fortune and piece of fortune that he makes, stacked on top of the other, I'm telling you, Mark says, I look myself in the mirror and say I'm darn proud of the success I've got because of the service I've rendered to the people. And you can likewise be proud